Hey yo, what's going on? It's your boy FRE $ H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoyWay. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. And we are here today on Money Talk Mondays. Man, I'll be coming up with so many different parts of this channel because it's all a branch of my life and trying to show you how I see the world through my experiences to help you along with yours. Recently, I've been getting a lot of comments, and I'm jumping straight into it because people are going to watch this in the future, even though there's no one here now. Recently, I've been getting a lot of comments on my YouTube, people trying to figure out what's going on, Big D. Thanks for having the notifications on. Recently, I've been getting a lot of comments on my YouTube with people trying to figure out how I actually afford to go on these trips, how I afford to have these nice cars, how I afford to be able to live the type of life that I live. So because of that, I wanted to keep illustrating financial things that I do that may be able to help you in your future. If you read the title already, you read the description, we're going to talk about a couple of things, but I want to start off with this video from I believe it's London TV featuring Robert okay, I'm messing up. Let me just play it. Y'all can see it. All right, I'm gonna start with this right here first because I want to help others by showing how I get to what I get. What's going on, Jonathan? Thanks for everybody to show up, man. We're gonna start with this right here, though. I'm gonna let it play first. All right, let's go back here. Let's go here and let's listen. All right, everybody.
And everybody else, what does God want done? Is we need financial education, because the real problem of this crisis started back in 1904 when the richest guys on earth took over the education system in the United States. They formed a thing called the General Education Board. It was formed by guys like Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan. And what they pulled out of education was financial education. And so the reason they could rip us off, as you and I know, is via the mechanism of money. And that's why I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It was a warning shot across the bow back in 1997. I said, wake up, something's coming down the road.
All right, I got another part that I'm going to show you guys later on, but I basically wanted to start off with that because the education we know as people. Hold on, let me put it right. The education we know as thanks, bro. Thanks, passport overuse. The education we've been taught our entire life is basically holding us back. We're going to continue to be slaves because we'll be slaves to the dollar because we're not financially educated. I put a chart up here that says 57% of the world's of the United States, the world's largest economy, are financially illiterate, financially literate, which means that 57% of the world understands how money works and how to use that money to get the things that they want to get done. Now that 57%, I don't know which site would have it. I'm sure that 57% doesn't have a large black or minority population in it, because through all the schools and through all the teachings, we weren't taught how to be financially educated. Me myself, I was lucky enough to have a grandfather who was many generations higher and older than me, and even though I didn't listen to him back then, it kind of kicked to me when I was able to really have my ears open when I was like 20 something. But everyone doesn't have that. So you have to understand now, this whole pandemic, this whole virus is a wake-up call. It's slapping you in the face and saying, hey, you're not essential. You're not essential. Your job is not essential. Your life is not essential. So you got to find a way to try to make money for yourself, because if they can at any time, even if they say they're not going to do it again, at any time they can just say you're not essential and you're stuck. So you have to find a way to make it. But I just wanted to bring this up too. Also, 17 states, only 17 states out of 52 states I'm hoping I'm right at this. Only 17 states out of 52 states in the United States require personal finance course to graduate high school. So if they wasn't teaching you before, this is a statement of showing that they're still not teaching you guys, man. They're still not teaching people, man. So nothing is going to ever change if everything stays the same. You know, a lot of people right now, they're very involved, and I don't want to speak negatively on it, but they're very involved in the whole movement that's going on with the riots and the peaceful protests and everything that's going on against the police. But it's kind of, in my opinion, just my opinion, a divergent to hide people from understanding that until you change the way you think about money, you will never affect anything that occurs at a big portion in the United States, because the people who change things in the United States are the people with money. It doesn't matter how you feel. Yes, I could prove to the whole world that what they're doing to Black people, what they're doing to people of poverty, Spanish, Latino, Asian, even white people of poverty is wrong. I could prove to the whole world. But until you become financially literate, none of that makes a difference. Because the United States, like I said before in one of my older posts, the United States is not built on fairness. It's built on acquiring wealth to become powerful, because they could not acquire wealth back in the old days, whatever, when everyone, before the United States was created and they lived in Europe, they could not acquire wealth and get power. They could just acquire wealth. But the queen, you had to be noble, you had to be nobility, or you had to be royalty to get power. And they created the United States so that their wealth could create power. So people are completely wrong when they're thinking about the United States being a place of fair justice. But during this recession, it's all right. We're already 3 months into it, because you could say that it started in March, right? So in March, the whole month of March, the whole month of April, the whole month of May. Let's cut off March, because March you say was in March. The whole month of April, the whole month of May, and June's almost over. So people had 3 months of understanding that the government thinks you're non-essential. You're not going to get any money. You're not going to. We might give you some like $1,200 the last 4 months, but maybe in the other parts of the United States it does. But any metropolitan city, $1,200 doesn't last you a month, because rent for a 1-bedroom is $1,000 on average in any metropolitan city. So if you're trying to hold on to the government helping you at the most, you're going to be in a very bad predicament. Secondly, if you didn't take, now personally, this is my opinion. Once again, I say everything is my opinion. If you didn't take the time, in my mind, to sell your 401k when the prices went back up, you're going to be in a deep, deep trouble when it comes to retirement. Because by the time you retire, that 401k is not going to be that much. If it doesn't, it's going to go up and down, but it's not going to be enough to keep you retired, because the inflation of the dollar after this whole situation is over is going to be ridiculously bad. I'm just a regular person, the average person, but you can go see all these financial people on YouTube, all these financial advisors and all this, and they're going to tell you the exact same thing. If you're not investing now to secure your retirement, you're going to be in a bad predicament in 20 years. It's just a fact. That's a fact. And I mean, if I'm wrong, then I'll die on that sword, because I want you guys to be able to go 20 years from now. To be able to, I remember when Fresh, the Flyboy Way, said I need to, figure out how to use my 401k if I have one, or figure a way out to become financially independent, financially free, and not be stuck 70, 60 years old begging for government assistance that's not going to be there. Pensions, not going to be. Government pensions are not going to be there. I mean, think about this. Just follow me here. If you invest in the stock market, right, and now you're retiring, and the stock market is going down at the bottom, that means that the money that you're investing is not going to be enough to survive you. So that's that. Here's another part I wanted to play for you guys, and ladies too, if you're here. Here's another part I wanted to play, and I felt this was very significant when it comes to understanding finance. So follow me again. Let me put this on full screen so you guys can see it. All right, ready?
That's why I love talking to you, Robert, because you're the only person I think I've ever had in the studio that makes the connection between wealth and that sense of purpose and spirituality and connects it. And most people have a really hard time seeing that. They say, no, the money's over here and my purpose is over here, and never shall the two meet. But in a time like this, where most people are scared, Robert, most people are feeling pain, they're watching their money go out the window, some are going to be able to realize and say, wow, this is the greatest moment of my life where I'm going to be forced to transform, and I can completely look at money in a different way, wealth in a different way, my purpose, start doing what God wants me to do. And I want to go into that more later. Or they can batten down the hatches and get the last piece of toilet paper and hold on and keep doing the same behavior. It's their choice, right?
Amen. I'm not religious, but what you just said was gospel. The choice is between your head, your heart, your body, your mind, your spirit. That's where the choice, the metamorphosis, the evolution or the transformation from an immature form. Yeah, mommy and daddy are going to take care of me. Mommy and daddy are going to pay for my education. The government's going to give me Social Security. I have a 401k. My employer's an asshole. You're going to evolve from that into an adult. That's
so basically, like I said, what a lot of people. What a lot of people keep forgetting. I don't mind doing this. What a lot of people keep forgetting is that the government is not here to make sure you're okay. The government is here for the wealthy people to make money. And in this, and if you haven't noticed that from the past, just look at the situation that's happening now. You have the federal response, the Fed response, and you have the fiscal response. The Fed policy and the fiscal policy, they're supposed to run congruent alongside of each other. But check this out. The Fed sees what's happening in the stock market. It sees all of the businesses closing. It sees all of the people that invested all their money from around the world. This is not just the United States. People from around the world invest in the United States. The Fed sees this and says, wow, if the stock market fails, everyone from around the world is not going to want to invest in the United States no more. If the stock market fails, the wealthiest people who own all of the debt in the United States are going to go down, and we don't want that to happen either. So what are we going to do? We're going to keep cranking the money out and cranking the money out and feeding the stock market and feeding the companies that need the money, because these companies are what is most important to the Fed. And I have no problem with the Fed feeling that way. But once, like I said before, the fiscal or the government policy is supposed to run parallel with the Fed policy as a team. But check this out. The Fed policy, and I'm not Republican, I'm not Democratic, I'm just a black man born in the hood, raised to middle class, and hopefully in a couple years I'll be wealthy. That, you know what I mean? But so as the Fed is doing what it's supposed to do, extremely, the fiscal policy, like, let me just wait a little bit. Let's give them a little something while the Fed, let's go up a little bit while the Fed is shooting up. Let's go up a little bit and help the people. But really, they're not doing nothing, because you got to figure the average person is not going to be able to survive off of $1,200 a month. I mean, $1,200 out of 4 months, because the last stimulus was in what, March or April. So it's the end of June now. There hasn't been any stimulus. Yes, they get unemployment, but guess what happens on the 31st? Guess what happened on the 31st? That extra bit of unemployment that helped you survive, that might not be there no more. And even if it is, it's more putting people on that are where it's more giving people who are out of work more money than they will make it work. And that builds up a mentality that's not good for wealth development, financial freedom, or even independence. Because the government the fiscal policy is supposed to run parallel, and at the same token as the Fed. And right now, it's United States. I don't want to say America, because America includes Colombia, but right now the United States is showing you their true colors. And I love my country. I love my country because my country is the one country that, no matter my color, no matter my race, if I'm down to hustle the most, I can do a whole lot better than anybody in any other country. It's the number one economy. And here's another thing that some people were talking about. I heard other people talking about, and everyone is saying, oh, we should just move to a whole nother country, and America don't like us, this and this. It is cool if that's how you feel, but I got kids. I want my kids to have the same opportunity as I had in the number one economy. No. We're still number one. The dollar is still the world currency. The dollar is still the world currency. I'm trying to get a shout out. Shout out to Kels. Shout out to Big D again. Shout out to Passport. Shout out to Jonathan. I didn't see you guys. Shout out to Sydney, man. 1,200 for 3 months in the USA. Yeah, man. It's tough, man. Yeah. I mean, listen. So here's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not personally gonna leave the United States because they can't kick us out as far as Black United States citizens. You know what I mean? So we have a benefit that kind of outweighs, just to me, that outweighs the whole suffering that we have to go to, because other Black, I want to say, here's the thing. Let me break this down too. I consider Black meaning Black United States citizen. The reason why I consider Black meaning Black United States citizen is before any other country we had Black people, and they would say that they say that we Black people was colored, and we didn't like colored, or the older folks didn't like colored, so they said we're gonna call you Black, and everybody sat with that. If you was from Africa, nobody considered you Black. You was African. If you was from Europe, nobody. You was European. Nobody said that until they had a problem with colored, and then that was that. But the issue is here as Black United States citizens, we have the opportunity to take our money and build wealth in other countries. So peep this, or build wealth through different forms. Like I'm going to show you here, because I like to be hands-on when I show you guys. What I do is real estate. Now I'm going to give you a real quick breakdown of real estate, because I don't plan for this to be longer than 30 minutes. And at the 30-minute mark, I start asking questions, and after I answer all the questions, that'll be it. But I'm going to show you what I do. I do real estate, right? A lot of people, if you watch my channel, you know I do real estate. And I do multifamily real estate, which means I buy real estate homes and locally in New Jersey, because I know New Jersey best. Now, at this point, real estate is getting outrageous in New Jersey. And now I own 2 properties in New Jersey in 2 amazing areas. I have great tenants. And here's the thing. When you have quality product, no matter what you're selling, no matter what you have, when you have quality product, you're going to get quality people who purchase this. No matter if you're selling hats, scarves, illegal paraphernalia, rent, cars, if you have quality product, people are going to pay for that. And I have quality property because I did the numbers. Now I'm going to show you something. I wanted to move to Montclair, and if you haven't seen my other videos in this financial section of my channel, you should probably watch them. They may give you some inspiration. I wanted to move to Montclair, right? And this is why I wanted to move to Montclair, because the school system is the best. Quality product. So when the school system is the best, that price for those places are going to always be the best price. Now let me give you a breakdown of how I do real estate. Maybe it'll help you guys, maybe it won't. Maybe you can still go watch biggerpockets.com. Maybe on BiggerPockets website, you can watch Robert Kiyosaki, you watch other people. But I'm gonna give you a breakdown real quick of how I do this. Boom. This house right here is $425,000. Now, mind you, I wouldn't get this house because it doesn't have parking. And I personally know in Montclair that you need parking to live there, because there's no street parking overnight. So if you don't have parking, you're gonna have to find a lot or something like that. This house is $425,000. And here's the thing, it's so much easier now. But when I was doing, like, when I was younger, they didn't have all this stuff in here. When I started doing real estate, they did, but they didn't. I can go to monthly payment, peep this out, and find out on average. Now, if I leave 20%, that's one thing, but honestly, who has $85,000? I'm from the hood and I'm moving up. I'm middle class now, but I ain't got $85,000 sitting around nowhere. Not in my 401k, not in my bank account. I ain't got $85,000. But if you live in a house, you can pay 5%. So let me do something that's realistic that most people don't do, because everybody wants to give you the 20% value, but that's not what you're gonna pay. 5%. So at 5% interest, you're gonna need $21,000. Now that's possible. If you got 401k, that's possible. Take it out to 401k, 5%. You're gonna be paying $3,000 a month for a multi-family property, right? Now, to figure out how much everything is, and that's included with property tax, principal and interest, and homeowners insurance and mortgage insurance because you're paying less than 20%. So that's all included in that $3,000 a month that you're paying. There's no HOA fees because it's a house. Now, this house is, let me go down. This house is a 6'2", which means it's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath per unit. 3-bedroom. Now, you remember this. You're paying $3,000 a month. How much? So basically $3,100 a month. Now let me show you what a 3-bedroom rents for in Montclair, New Jersey. Go to apartment. I got most of the stuff ready for you. All right. So let's go to bedrooms and let's go 3-bedroom in Montclair, New Jersey. And I selected the same area. That that this house is in because I wanted to make a price comparison. Now, if you look at these, you got $3,400, same area. $4,000. This is only 1 3-bedroom, 1 3-bedroom, 1 bath. This is what it rents from in Montclair. $4,495, $2,100, $2,300, $2,200. So let's just say on average, and I'm not even gonna go up that far. Let's say on average, a 1-bedroom rents for $2,000. A 3-bedroom, 1 bath rents for $2,400. We're not even going to go that high over this because these numbers might be outrageous. 420, 42, 34. We don't know those prices, but with these 3 right here, say here. So let's say $2,400, right? All right. So each because you have 2 units. Each unit rents for $2,400. So 2,400 times 2 is 4,800, right? $4,800 off of it. Now follow me. You are paying. Let's go back to where was that? Let's go back to here. No, not there yet. Let's go back to here. So now you're paying $3,000 a month, but you're getting an income of and this is after all this stuff is taken care of. But you're getting a income of $4,800 a month. How much of a profit is that? Okay, so let's even bring it down to $4,500 a month. How much of a profit is that? $1,500. No, let's say 14 because we said 31. $1,400 profit. $1,400 a month. So if you're getting just that easy, that's without negotiating any prices. That's with this lower, the interest rate being 3.5. But I'm sure right now you can get lower than 3.5 if you live there. You're getting $1,500 a month. You see, this is the stuff they don't teach in schools. You know why? Because if people knew about stuff like this in schools as you was growing up, and it was put into your brain as much as the music classes, as much as the dance classes, as much as the cooking classes, people would not go and work for low prices. They would go invest in real estate and they would become financially free. You see, the government understands that it's better to teach everybody. This is not a mistake. Let me plug this stuff in because I don't want. Let me plug this thing. It's not a mistake that they don't teach this stuff in schools. It's not a mistake that you don't learn this in high school. It's not a mistake they don't teach this in college for you to get a degree. This is trained stuff, man. And like the people that are explaining this stuff, like I had to watch a lot of people to build a concept of how I see things. But the people who explain stuff, the way they explain it, it don't really kick with us. You know what I mean? With us that we went through the school process. We had no clue how to understand what they're even saying. So it took a while for me to really, and like I said, I was lucky enough that my grandfather, when I was young, he kept putting it in my head. So by the time I got older, it kind of clicked in my head. But because the stuff that they explain, you really got to research to understand this. But you see how easy I broke it down to you guys? You see how easy I broke it down? You got a property with, now everybody says 21. It says 21 for the down payment, but let's just say you're going to have to pay another $14,000 for closing costs. Another $12,000 for closing, $12,000 for closing costs. So you're going to need $34,000. So with $34,000, you are now making $1,500 a month. So $1,500 a month was that? I'm gonna do quick math. That's 10,000. Was 10,000 or 11,000? 11,000 and I'm probably doing the numbers wrong, but 11,000 in 10 months and another 3,000 So it's like, let's just round up to say that's 50. That's $12,000 a year. So with $34,000, you're making $12,000 a year. In 3 years, you broke even. And now you're financially, now you have an infinite return because now you broke even, you took the money out and you did something else, so you left the money in, paid more money, so you pay less per month. You see, this is the stuff they don't teach you, man. This is the stuff they don't teach us. I'm so far behind everybody. On my fault. Let me ask you some questions now because I just wanted to prove that point. I still have another part I have to get to. And it's 25 minutes. I want to go 30, but let me try to answer some questions so I don't get too far behind. The U.S. is ranked 5th. Oh, no, I answered that one. Hey, what's going on, Caribbean? What's up, man? What's up, man? Dave, what's going on? Some people think the U.S. is too big to fail. Here's the thing, though. It's not that the U.S. is too big to fail. It's that people don't understand. People around the world are invested in the U.S., and that's why the United States in general won't fail. Because a lot of wealthy people around the world invest in the United States. What's going to happen is that the middle class is going to get abominated and put down. Because most of the middle class don't own property. Most of them, I mean, at least us, you know what I mean? Minorities and people who wasn't born into wealth or born into a stable family with mother, father, you know, both working in college degrees. No, most of us won't understand this right here. So yes, the U.S. won't fail because the investors prefer the U.S.'s way of achieving power versus England's way of achieving power, because the whole world wants to achieve power. And in England, the only way you can achieve power is if you're royalty. But in the United States, you can achieve power if you're wealthy. And that's why the United States will never fail as a whole. But the level of poverty between the wealthy people and the middle class / poor class the gap is growing and growing and growing. And right now it's the most it's ever been. Time styles, US, yeah. US world currency, it's just not going to go. If the US fails, it's not going to fail. I'm just trying to, break down the what I think. This is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just the average person who started at one place, and I'm so far from where I started at, and I'm still moving up. I'm not at the top yet. I'm just still moving up, and I'm trying to get people to go along and move up in their lives also. Real estate, it is foreclosures right up. Right before the lockdown, foreclosures were up. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot more stuff. I'm going to break down another part to you. I might have to go a little bit longer, but I'm going to break down another part to you. I'm looking at right now too. Man, not in your lifetime. Okay. I think. Oh, okay. It's not that many people. All right. Cool. Let me see. Schools. Yeah. Exactly, Sydney. Exactly. What was the startup cost in total? Okay, for this property right here. You're gonna need $34,000. You're gonna need $34,000. You need $21,000 to put down. You're gonna need $13,000 for closing costs. It's gonna come up to $41,000, but you'll be able to write all that. You'll be able to write most of that off when you buy it. But you got to remember that $34,000 at $15,000 a month, based on that was the low end. That was the low end of the rent. At $1,500 a month profit, you're gonna be able to make that back in 3 years. That's my dilemma. So I've set up a situation. That's my dilemma. So I've set up a situation so I can travel for a week each month. I can do that and still make $84K per year. That's dope. That is dope. What I would do on that note, because you up there, I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet. But what I would do, and I don't know if this works for you, I would set up something in another country. Right now, it's going to be terribly hard. I wouldn't suggest doing anything, but I would set up something in another country where I'm guaranteed to be able to live there and collect my income when I retire. You know what I mean? Because if that's the point, you'll go up higher. You know what I mean? And all right, so we have 30 minutes. The second part, I want to not answer the questions so far. The second part I want to do is this. Okay, so let's say right now I own 2 houses. And I see this economy and how it's going. I have an opinion that there's a chance that because of the foreclosures that's in forbearance, and no one can ever, right now, you can just keep doing forbearance because they're not going to let it, the government doesn't want anybody to fail with the housing market again because it happened before. The biggest thing that's coming next is the rental problem, because there's so many people not going to be able to afford rent. When the inflation and the cost of the dollar goes up, there's going to be so many people. It's a chance. It's not definite, but there's going to be so many people that's not going to be able to afford the rent rate at it, which it is now. That's why when I did this example, I took the lowest rate, because it was higher rate. You've seen the 4,000 rent, but I took the lowest rate. Now, because there's a chance that people are not going to be able to afford the rent, I said, do I really want to invest $34,000 into a place that $3,000 a month is what I have to pay? Now, with my two mortgages, I have two mortgages on the two houses I own. My first mortgage is $1,800. $1,800 is my first mortgage, and the mortgage that I'm doing now that I'm refinancing currently is going to end up being $1,750. That's a total of $3,500 and 15 cents. That's for two houses. This $3,000 is for one house. Now, although it's most likely guaranteed that I could be making $1,500 a month, that puts my risk tolerance at a high rate. And because this doesn't have a driveway, it means that I can't live there because I have cars. So this particular property I wouldn't buy, but I would if a property like this with a driveway in a different part of Montclair came up. I would consider that before what I'm going to show you next. But I don't want to have a $3,000 payment due if I have another $3,000 between my other two houses, because that means that I have $6,000 worth of payments. And even though it's very rare that all of my tenants, especially since I have good quality, so if I lose a tenant, I'll get another tenant the next month because I have good quality product. Even with that, I'm a little bit skeptical, especially about paying that much. So here was my other idea, and I'm still going back and forth between if I want to get this property in Montclair, because I haven't seen anything that came up yet that I really, really want. Because I plan on living there so my kids can go to Montclair. Because here's the thing. As bad as education is, when your kid goes to school in a district where billionaires and millionaires live, the networking is far better than the best education you can get. Because in the United States, it's not what you know, drum roll, it's who you know that determines where you go in life. So if my children are able to go to school in Montclair, they can go to the worst school in Montclair. But here's in Montclair, the thing is that as long as you live in Montclair, you can send your kid to any school in the whole district where the wealthy kids go or where the middle class, because it's not really a lot of poor in Montclair. So it's either where the wealthy kids go or where the middle class kids go. You can send them wherever you want as long as you can get your kid out of your district. If you're going to go, your kid's going to go to school where you live, they'll get a bus for you. But if you want them to go to another school, or want her to go to another school, you got to take them there every morning. I don't have a problem with that. But here's the thing. If my kid went to the best school in Newark or the best school in New York, the odds of my kid being able to network with the children of billionaires and multimillionaires is slim to none. So my kid will be in the same cycle that I was in growing up, even though I was in back and forth between public school and Catholic school until 8th grade, and then it was public school. Until my freshman year, high school, and then there's public school all the rest of the way. I only got to mix with regular people, and that helped me back. I feel as though that helped me back a little bit. A little bit, or maybe even a lot. But I think that's the thing. The other option that I have is this right here. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to get to the questions after I finish this part, because this part is going to be the last part. And then I'm going to play those two videos again so you guys can get it. The other option was this. Where I'm living, the way I'm living now is I'm living in a basement in the 3rd floor of one of the houses that I own. And the basement is decked out. It's decked out. I gutted the whole basement. I gutted the 3rd floor. So it's like an apartment. It is an apartment. My fault. It is an apartment in the basement. And the 3rd floor is just decked out. So I have this option. The two places I have are both cash flowing properties, and I'm living free. So the money excuse me, sorry, I just eat. The money I make at my job is all going towards investing. And first my kids, investing, and then travel. As y'all see, I'm traveling a lot more now. I have this option. I can go and do this Montclair thing, or I can follow the market and understand that the place that's going to be a great buying opportunity in the next couple months are going to be metropolitan cities. And I was against this at first until I started running the numbers, or condos in metropolitan cities. Now, I'm not going to put no condo in New York because that's going to still be out the race. But I decided, kind of like LeBron James, best basketball player ever. I might be taking my talents to South Beach, man. And when I say I might be taking my talents to South Beach, I've been doing a lot of research. Now, on South Beach, check this out. I feel as though the prices for a studio and it's going to either be a studio or one bedroom that I'm considering getting. One, because it secures my retirement. To know that, for those that don't know, I live in New Jersey, North New Jersey. And in New Jersey, it gets freezing cold, and I do not like the cold. Also in New Jersey, the beach is not really the best. So I figured I can secure my retirement. Now, everybody knows I wanted to get a place in Columbia, and I still plan on getting a place in Columbia. It's just going to be more time because right now, Sydney, I know you're probably there telling them, right now, Columbia, boy, it's just, I didn't think the government was going to do what they did, put it that way. I thought it was going to be a chance where, people just start panicking and selling properties for cheaper, but I didn't think the government, even when other countries are starting to open up, I didn't think the government of Colombia would keep the citizens still on house arrest and in the tight grip. I didn't think this is possible, and I didn't account for that. So Florida became on me because most of you guys know, if you haven't seen my videos, I just came back from Miami, and most of you guys know Florida is different, man. It's just different. It's like a whole different world from the rest of the United States. Now in Florida, you can get right now currently, because the prices are low right now, you can get a one-bedroom condo for about 100, and a good one-bedroom condo with no restrictions, because you want to make sure you check on restrictions or you check on Airbnb that you can rent it, because some condos, they have a limit. But you can get an Airbnb rental available for rent, rent a month-to-month available for rent condo in Florida. Miami, Florida right now, South Beach, for approximately $160,000 to $190,000. Now that's a decent price, but it's not the best price. But the prices keep dropping. If I scroll through some of these things right here, look, you'll see a lot of these prices start saying reduce. Let's not go by lowest price. Let's go by relevance first, and you'll start seeing a lot of places that say reduce price, because the prices. These are all new. See, or places that's coming right up on the market. Look, 9 hours ago, 10 hours ago, new. Either reduced price or places that's coming up on the market, because everyone is trying to leave these major cities. And somebody said it, I don't know who it was, but somebody said it best. The people who make the most money are the people who run towards the fire, or run towards where everybody's running away from, and just watch it and wait for the right time to buy. And Miami, even though they say in 30 years it's going to be 2 or 3 feet more under sea level or something like that, it's not going to be completely flooded out for another 100 to 150 years. So this is a time when everybody's leaving Miami. Now let me run these numbers for you the same way I did with the house in Montclair. Follow me. Now personally, I have no idea how to run a condo yet. I'm presuming it's going to be a lot different from the two multifamily houses I run, but you don't know. You can't. I'll never say I can't. So I'll try, and if I fail, my back plan would be I'll just sell a condo, take whatever losses I have, and then go back to multifamily real estate. But you got to try. Well, I feel as though I have to try, and this is the other option. So let me do the numbers for you guys, because the first thing I would do, I wouldn't get a one bedroom unless it's right in the right price. I would get a studio, because studios are a lot cheaper. Studios usually run between $120,000 to $150,000. So let me show y'all. Let me break this down for you guys right here. All right, buy. All right, let me buy. Miami Beach. I just want to go through it so I can show you guys. I'm giving you. I mean, I like having options, right? So I'm going to go by price, and I'm going to type in 150,000 because, like I said, I don't want to start off paying that much. I want to start off with a studio to see if I get it, and if I like it, I'll move up. So $150,000. All right, there's a lot of units here. Let's see. Okay, now 150. Okay, so we got one right here. It's 9 hours ago, right? Now, here's the thing. If you look on the map, this is North Miami. North Miami, and like I said, I'm not a politician enough like that. North Miami is, in my opinion, not as good as South Beach Miami. So I'm not buying anything in North Miami. So now you gotta look for something in the South. Let's look for something in the South together. And I'm doing this together now. So if I'm wrong on any numbers or something, just correct me or something like that. And we don't want to buy the cheapest. Let's look at the one I favored actually. So boom. Now this is a short sale. So let's not even do the short sale, because if we do the short sale, the bank might not approve it. Let's just do something real. That's the kind of building I would buy in. But let's just give it a take. Let's contingent. All right, let's see. Boom. Let's go. We're not even gonna go to. All right, you see how it's gonna drop? We're gonna go to this one right here. Boom. Okay. So this is a 1-bedroom. Wow, this is crazy. Now this is rare. This is rare because usually you're only gonna get 500 feet, which is still a lot of space. My room I'm in right now is 500 feet. I can't show you because it's listening, but the room I can show you. The room I'm in right now is 500 feet, and it has a lot of space in it. A little bit less than 500 feet. But if you add the bathroom, it's 500 feet. But 500 feet is a lot of space. So they want 129,000, right? So let's go to the numbers, because I'm a numbers person. I don't get emotionally involved that much with the situation, but I'm a numbers person. Let's get to the numbers. Okay, so the HOA fee is going to be high. Long as I wouldn't get nothing over 500, but as long as it's 500 or less, So the HOA fee is $450 a month, right? Now you always want to check in Miami is to make sure you can rent it, make sure you can Airbnb it, and make sure that the company, you want to get a realtor. If you don't know nothing about it, you want to get a realtor. I'm just gonna say that. If you don't know nothing about investing in Miami, get a realtor because there's a lot of stuff. All right, so boom. 1,001. This is a 1-bedroom, right? 1 bedroom, 1 bath in Miami on South Beach. And just for those that didn't see where it was at, you can see right here. I'll go here for a second, and you can see it's in the good part. This is the beach. This is where all of the stores are. Right here is where all of the stores are. And this is the apartment. So it's right behind the major part of South Beach, Miami. It's in a big part. All right. So now that we got that out the way, 129,600. This is a great deal. I don't think it's gonna go for 129. I think it's gonna go for more. But let's go to the numbers. 1,100 a month, right? This is 1,000. Let's say one. Let's round it up. Let's always round up. 1,200 a month is what you're paying, and that includes principal and interest. That includes property tax. That includes home insurance. That includes the HOA fee, which you have to pay, and you don't pay mortgage insurance because you're putting 20% down. And 20% down is 25,000. So that I will leave because I'm not going to be living there because I live in New Jersey and I work in New Jersey. So I'm going to have to put down 25%, and most likely, if you don't live there, you're going to have to pay that too. So at 25,000 down, and let's say you're going to need another. In Florida, you need less, so you need like another 7,000 to close it. So I'll give it take maybe 32,000 altogether, 32,000 all in. And basically you're paying 1,100 a month for all these. Now let's find out what a 1-bedroom, 1 bath rents for in Miami South Beach. Now, mind you, me personally, I'm taking it to hopefully do month to month or vacation rental or Airbnb, because once every 2 months, I want to live here. I don't want to rent this for a whole year because I want to be able to go down there when 2 months go past. I want to take a weekend, go to Miami. Okay, one of my family members want to go to Miami. One of my friends want to go to Miami. One of my subscribers that I know that I met in person want to go to Miami. Oh, go ahead, stay at my place. Just pay the cleaning lady. But this is what I'm saying. All right, now let's go to rent. All right, this is it. Nope, that's Montclair still, right? Yep. Here we go. Okay, so let's go to bedrooms. Oh, this is studio. 1 bedroom, and we're gonna go to the same area where the other one was at, which is over here. For those that don't know, the same area was over here. Where was it at? Where was that? Where was that? It was somewhere like here. It was somewhere. It was right here. It was somewhere over here. Okay. So if we're looking at these prices, right? Follow the marker, the hand marker I got right here. 2,500. Okay, I just seen that because it's the highest. Let's go to another one. 1,900. Okay, maybe that's still high. 1,700. Okay, maybe that's high. We're not going to count this. We'll use the bottom ones as an outliner. So I'll use 1,400 as an outliner and 2,300 as an outliner. Let's see what numbers is coming up a lot. 2,000 is coming up a lot. This is one. This is one. Okay, down here is one, but we are right here. So let's just say between 23 and 14, let's say 18,000, 1,800. So you're gonna make 1,800 a month, right? So let's say you're gonna make 1,800 a month, right? And that's what you doing the Airbnb, because you can make more Airbnb. Everybody knows you can make more Airbnb, but 1,800 a month is if you just rent month to month. Now, if you're paying 18, let's go back to, oh shucks. Let's go back to what's the name? Where's the Miami house? Miami. No, not multifamily, real estate Miami. Okay, so you're paying $1,200 a month and you're making $1,800 a month. So basically you're making $600 a month for a property that you can visit every 2 months and stay down in South Beach, Miami, in the thick of everything. Now, if you're from somewhere like I'm from, like New Jersey, or a major metropolitan city like New York, or if you're from Canada anywhere, or if you're from California, or if you're from somewhere where it's a major metropolitan city where you pay a lot for rent, or San Fran, you can go here and live, and live there. Go there and stay without having to pay any Airbnb fees, and you're making $600 a month. $600 a month times 10 is 6,000. 6,000 plus 12 plus 1,000 or 1,200. You're basically making $7,200 a year, right? You're making $7,200 a year. Now, yes, that's way less than what you can make in Montclair, New Jersey, but the risk is way less also. So you don't have to have a high risk tolerance. So let's say 7,000. Let's just round down and say you're making $7,000 a year, and you put $32,000 to buy this. So you only got to hold that $32,000 for 5 years, and after 5 years, you made your money back and some. So after 5 years of owning this property, you're in the free. You take that money back out, and now you have a property down in South Beach, Miami, that's cash flowing you $700 or $600 a month, and you have a property that you can visit every 2 months. And these are the two options that I'm at the point of choosing right now. All right, these are the two options that I'm choosing. I'm just showing you, and I just did that right out of the blue. I had neither one of them picked out. I went along with y'all. I found it right out the blue. That's me just picking 2 random things. But this is not the stuff they teach you in school, because they want you to have a slave mentality. They want you to always owe. They want you to go to college, and you got to then you'll have a college debt where you can't afford to do this right here. They want you to not educate yourself to know that you gotta be able to save money and invest money to do this stuff. They want you to just say, you know what, I'm gonna throw my money in my 401k. I'm gonna just throw my money in the stock market and see what happens. Roll the dice. But I'm just showing you guys another way, the Flyboy way. And I'm not saying this is the only way. I'm just saying I'm showing you the way that I work, what works for me. And if I can find a way that works for me, no matter what, coming from the hood where the education is not the best, then you can find a way for you. Now let me go to these questions. I got like 12 minutes left before I go to these questions, and I'm way behind people. My fault. I got 54 people in the room. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. And I'm going to try to go through these questions as fast as possible, but I'm going to hit everybody's question because I don't like when people feeling left out. All right, so I went to the startup course. I'm here. That's the last one. All right. What's your advice for getting around redlining? It's tough, man. It's tough. But check this out. The best way to get around redlining, and you're not gonna like it, you might not like it. The best way to get around redlining is hire somebody that's not of your ethnicity. My first house, and I bought, I had a white real estate agent, and the owner did not see me until I was signing the deal. The owner, I did not, when I made sure the real estate agent when the real estate agent showed me, and the real estate agent, they want their money. So I made sure that when the real estate agent showed me the house, the owner was not going to be there. And I got my house in West Orange. Real estate is a good part on your good real estate is a good part of your base, though it does not. Well, it actually real estate does outperform the markets if you include tax benefits. With tax benefits included, real estate blows the market out of the water. And plus the fact that you could be living there rent free, out of the water. Not even a chance. What percentage is a good amount of rehabbing? Honestly, the house I live in now, I spent $120,000. I didn't spend it. I got a homestead for a 2 or 3K loan where they pay you, they fix it up for you. But I wouldn't do this again. I wouldn't do this amount of real estate rehab again. I spent like 120 rehabbing, and luckily I knew the contract, and he worked with me with price, and yeah. So I would say if you got to rehab more than $30,000, don't take it. Don't take it. It's not worth it. It's going to cost you more in time. I traveled to Mediterranean and onto Sanatory Greece. That's dope. We traveling from Asia. Yeah, man. Yo, Asia, man, they got dumb money. There's something going on over there. Over where? Your country right now is printing money. You're not going through a Great Depression. You're going through a Great Depression. Here's the thing about that. America is printing money, yes, but so is everybody else in the world. And everybody in America, they kind of think America's going to have a big fall off. No, I think inflation is going to happen, but I also think that the fact that everyone else in the world is going to be so far behind us economically. Here's the thing: when everybody's doing bad at the same time, whoever was in the same order, they're going to stay the same. And whatever, unless another economy gets back to normal faster, which is rare, everybody's going to stay the same orders. If the U.S. fixes the leadership, I don't think it has nothing to do with leadership, man. I think it's the whole system. That's the kind of thing I even say about the police. And this is, like I said, I'm not political. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a liberal. Nothing. I'm just me. Just a black man, grew up in the hood, made it to middle class. Hopefully, be wealthy in a couple of years. The system is not set up for us. Us doesn't mean black people. Us means minorities. Us means the poor. You got to realize this. When the system was written, it wasn't written by poor people. It wasn't written by black, Spanish, Italian. It wasn't written by immigrants. It was written by wealthy white men, not even women. So the system wasn't written for us. Why do you expect it to work for us? Ever. Welcome to Travel Start World. Okay. I leave for Mexico. I'm gonna do the Mexico live on Sunday. I'm gonna go come back live on Sunday to do the Mexico. I leave for Mexico on the 24th of next month. So travel talking to Sydney. Okay, they're talking to each other. Cool. Didn't go there yet. Learn to play the British game Monopoly. I haven't really seen the British game Monopoly, but I did see the cash flow game by Robert Kiyosaki. I never played it, but I learned stuff just growing up. I will assume you could argue what you know is based on who you know, though. You can argue that, but if you don't know somebody, your power is powerless. No matter what you know, if you don't know somebody that can, network with, yeah. Do you manage properties by yourself, or do you use a property management? Okay, I manage my properties by myself. I know all my tenants personally. I met all my tenants personally. I do get a realtor to find my tenants, though, because I don't have time to do the whole tenant screening and stuff. So I get a realtor to find my tenants, and most of the time I just split the realtor cost with the tenants, with the new tenants coming. You might be more supervised. We in British look after people. I heard over there in Europe, everybody's getting $2,000 a month. So, I'm guessing the same thing in Canada. So, yeah, that too is who knows you. History. Not wealth, not rich. Want to know who you know that they know. Oh, I guess. I know. Appreciation. Oh, you got it, man. You got it. You got it. When you get in, wait. When you get in the know, when you get in the know, there you serious. Okay, you guys are talking. Okay, I didn't know. You should looking for Fort Lauderdale too. Good location. Doesn't. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale was cool when I went there. It was cool, but I think South Beach always has the most appreciation in the area. And the rents in Fort Lauderdale, when I looked, they weren't as high. They weren't as high as South Beach. South Beach rent was high. Money don't purchase rapping. Okay, so you'll have snowbirds from Canada renting Airbnbs from you. It don't even matter. I don't care who rents the Airbnb as long as they pay me. I prefer Palm Beach. I heard Palm Beach is good too. Me personally, the lifestyle, I like South Beach. What's going on, Rich? I gotta check out your that song, man. I didn't see the song come out. I seen the preview video, the back behind the scenes when I haven't seen the song yet. Joshua, what's going on, man? Best time is to buy a New Year. Yeah, I definitely plan on really considering if I'm going to do that South Beach move. I'm definitely going to do that South Beach move in January, February, because I don't want to buy during the hurricane season, which is right now. But right after hurricane season, a lot of people are going to be wanting to get out because of all the stuff that's going bad. And by that time, we'll know if they're going to keep doing forbearance and all that stuff. So by January, either stuff is going to be real bad or it's going to be starting to get better, and that's when I'll jump in the market. I don't want to wish that on anybody, but you got to be an opportunist, man. You got to be opportunist. You see it. If I don't cause something, if I'm not the person who calls you to go into foreclosure, then I have no regret buying foreclosures or stuff like that. South Beach now. I'm paying attention. You got it, Dave, man. You kind of opened my eyes. You got it, man. Just, each one teach one. We can all grow, man. How hard is to emulate internationally? Bro, I'm be real with you. It's difficult, man, because you got to know the culture. You got to know so much stuff. It's difficult. Like even when I plan on buying a property in Colombia, it's difficult. You got to have somebody, like Sydney said before, you got to have some boots on the ground. You got to have boots on the ground. You got to have real friends, not people who you just bring money to. You got to have real friends. It's a lot of stuff you got to be involved. It could be, it could be a great investment, but right now, what I'm seeing, I don't like what I'm seeing over there right now. So, I'm kind of holding on to that. Spain is cheap, yes, but Spain is also too far from where I live, for me at least. Yeah, I heard you can go over there and get. It was Greece or Spain. You can get houses for $100 or some weird stuff like that. Okay, let me go. Spain they got hit hard. They got a lot of people died in Spain actually. Earn money, what it do, man? What it do? Oh, you got to ask director. You got it, man. Earn money, what it do, bro? What it do, man? Let me see. I have a recognized passport. I don't know what that is. It's also not as volatile a market. What's not as volatile? I don't know if you're still here, Charles. What's not as volatile as a market? Miami or the New Jersey property? The first property I buy, should I live in, rent it out? Yes, Kels. If you still here, Kels, the first property you buy, you should live in it and rent it out. Because first is going to be like having a roommate that you basically run all the stuff. It'll basically be you living there and you got a roommate who you gotta keep paying, and you'll be saving money. And then once you get used to that after a year, then you move out, and then you get two roommates that you're not living there or you're living in the basement and they're paying. So that's good too. So yeah, you definitely want to live in the first one. And then if you don't like it, you can go back to investing in the stock market and you don't have to worry about taking no risk. Sydney, give me hi, Charles. Bro, you coming to Ghana for holidays after COVID? Not this year. My daughter is African American, literally African and American. Her mother is from Ghana. She came over here when she was 13. So her mother came over here when she was turning 13 from Ghana. So they want me to go down there during Christmas time. It's just hard for me to get off on my job during Christmas time because it's like a blackout period where I work at. But I do want to get down to Ghana. I do want to get down to Ghana for Christmas, but yeah, probably definitely not this Christmas. Bree Mac, what up, man? What do I think about crowdfunding? I can't even honestly give you an opinion because I don't know too much about it. Me personally, my first property, I wouldn't buy with nobody else. No, I'm not partnering. I'm not doing nothing. I want to just get myself, and then if I fail, I fail. Personally, for me, I want to do my 2 properties and either a property in Montclair or the property in South Beach by myself. And then after that, then I'll feel comfortable with investing in other people in LLCs because I don't want to risk, not securing my retirement and not securing my financial independence with other people. Bro, you gotta. No, I'm definitely gonna go. I'm definitely gonna come to Ghana. I'm definitely gonna go to Ghana. I'm definitely like I said, I had to. Well, as long as I'm alive and able to travel there, I'm gonna definitely come. But I have my 5-year plan. I mean, my 5-country plan: Ghana, Nigeria, Cape Town or South Africa, Tanzania, and Kenya. Those are the 5 countries I want to go to when I visit Africa, and I stay for a month. K Hart, what up, man? Man, it's so much, and I don't want people to think that I'm like the end all to real estate. I'm like the layman's term real estate. You really, if you want to, you should check out Bigger Pockets. Bigger Pockets is like it's more of an understandable platform. It's not as deep as if you go to like Robert Kiyosaki or you go to like anybody up there. It might be harder for you to understand them because it was harder for me to understand them. But Bigger Pockets is like that middle ground. Roberto, what up, man? Yay, from the Bay. In response to the city saying the market did better than real estate. Real estate is okay. Yeah. First, real estate is not as volatile as the market for one. For 2, you're going to be living there, which means you're going to be saving money on rent. And for 3, real estate is a physical thing you own. And the market, you can go from having a lot to having 0. Real estate, you're gonna always have the house. The house is never going to be worth 0 unless you don't have insurance and it burns down. That house is never going to be worth 0. And the biggest thing why real estate is better than the market is tax write-offs. Tax write-offs. Said, bro, wish to meet you one-on-one. Man, I be telling everybody where I don't do group trips. Everybody keeps telling everybody I don't do group trips. I'm just the average guy. But I've been telling people where I'm going. Like, I'm going to Mexico next. I'm going on the 24th. I'm going to stay till the 30th. I'm going with my homie. But like I said, people wherever. If y'all just so happen to be where I'm at, I'll definitely link up with supporters, man. I don't call nobody fans. I call them supporters because y'all support the movement. Y'all mad you didn't respond to my. I can't put that up there. You gotta understand YouTube. I can't even read that. Hold up. No. What happens is that when you say certain words on YouTube, YouTube deletes the comment. So sometimes I don't even see the comment, and I keep clicking and I can't see the comment. And other times, like YouTube is very progressive, so it's a lot of stuff you can't say, and I can't post and I can't show because YouTube deletes the comment. You know what I mean? I own 3 properties, and when see, Earn Money is ahead. Like Earn Money and Charles Travels they up like I won't say anybody's ahead of anybody, but Earn Money is further in the path that I feel like I want to go. You know what I mean? Than I am. You know what I mean? That's why I'll be hoping that other people open up their own channels and actually share the information because like all this stuff I'm learning as I go. Like I gotta put stuff together. Like I'm just grabbing different people's opinions and putting together to form my own. There's not like a person that's showing you, okay, this is how I bought my first house. When I get that, and that's what I'm trying to do. But I'm still not at the top point yet, so I can walk you through. You walking along with me. But it's like there was never a person, and this is why I have my channel with travel. This is why everything I do is on YouTube. There's never that person that said, okay, this is how I did the first one. This is how I did the second one. I got stuck on the second one because I didn't have no money, so I had to pay some bills. And then this is what I did the third one. And I don't see a person that can slowly for us people who didn't grow up in that type of world to understand this. But like, okay, this is how I got my investment property overseas. Now I know TaylorMade. Shout out to TaylorMade. TaylorMade, he shows how to do it in the DR. So I know Earn Money. I think you said you wanted to place a DR. TaylorMade can definitely help you because he has the connections over there. He has a lawyer to help you get the stuff in the DR. But as far as Colombia, I'm basically just reaching for guys who I don't have any connection with as far as, maybe through ethnicity or even just through monetary. They've been, and I'm just trying to get them to help me work through places that I want to buy. No doubt. It's cool, man. It don't bother me. Like, I'm open to anybody's conversation. That's why I don't ever delete comments. I always comment to somebody, but I never delete comments because I think everybody has the right to have their opinion, and I'm not going to respond negatively to anybody. I probably say, like, maybe we shouldn't respond to it, but we're in Europe. I don't know what you mean. We're in Europe. I kind of fell off of that one. Finally, Feely Free. What's going on, man? What's going on, man? I'm an hour into this. I'm gonna do another 4 minutes, and I'm gonna end it at an hour and 10 minutes because it's hot. I'm gonna turn my fan on for a second. It's hot because I'm like moving around and stuff. Hopefully the fan is not too loud. Let me turn it down a little bit actually. I figure if I turn the AC on, it would be way too loud and you guys wouldn't be able to hear me. So I just put the fan in the room. But yeah, like I said, I'm just answering any last minute questions. So you guys got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to ask any questions you want relative to anything. And then after that, I'm going to play these videos that I played earlier just in case anybody missed them, and I'm going to peace out. Learn from my parents' investment property. That's dope, man. That's definitely dope. Like I said, I was lucky enough to have a grandfather who told me about it. And even though I didn't pay attention because we were so like he was like 40 years older than me, 40 or 50 years older than me. And I was at that time I was young. I didn't really care about none of that stuff. So, but as I'm now as I watch Bigger Pockets, as I watch Robert Kiyosaki, as I watch stuff like that, I can start to move around. When I bought my first house, I was able to see my grandfather how he did it. And I said, all right, now I see why he did this and why he did this. And then I do the second one, I see why he did this, and I can start getting stuff like that. So, I didn't have a father. My father was never in my life. He was drug addict. My mother was in and out the mental institution. So I live mostly with my grandparents. So just my story alone shows that anybody can find a way, man. That's why it's hard for me to empathize when people be like, oh man, we're struggling. Everyone is, holding us back. I'm like, yo, bro, you guys don't know my story. If you don't know my story, I don't even tell my whole story here because some parts are so graphic and so, detrimental to other people that I don't tell my whole story. But the part of the story that I do tell, even that part, I'm like, bro, if you can see all the stuff I tell you and I went through and I'm here, I don't even want to hear about you thinking that it's not fair for black people. You know what I mean? Even though it's not, you know what I mean? Or minorities or people that's poor, I don't want to hear that because I'm here. Yeah, I might check out Honduras. I don't know. I met a Honduras girl when I was in Mexico last time. I don't know. I'll see. I'm going to Cancun on the 24th through the 30th. Like I said, I'm going to do a Cancun live on Sunday. I'm going to go live on Sunday, probably 10 o'clock, 10:30 or something like that. I'll probably go live on Sunday at 10:30 and do the Cancun pregame because I got to start looking my pregame into Cancun. Appreciate it, Edward. Appreciate it, man. I mean, I don't really give people my personal contact. I always say, hit me on Instagram. My Instagram is the same as my name because I always answer my messages. Anyone I might not answer right away because I'm doing a lot of stuff. I might like somebody hit me up. I'm doing this so I can answer right away. And I'm working and I'm doing that. But anybody that knows my Instagram knows that I respond to all comments on my Instagram. I mean, it's just the way I am. Travel opens you up and thinking differently. That's what everyone needs to start. I think that's the biggest change, man. I think if we had travel and financial independence, financial education taught from when kids were in third grade, I say third grade. If you taught them from third grade to college or to high school, travel and financial education, we wouldn't need reparations as black people. Because I can imagine you grew up there. Glad Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. That's why I say it's hard for me to empathize with some people because the odds in North, bro, it's growing up in the night. Maybe not now. North a little bit different now. It's still bad, but it's a little bit different now. Not the area I live in, but the odds growing up in the 90s in North is different. All right, so let me play these two videos real quick, just in case y'all missed them. I'm gonna turn this fan off one more time so you can hear clearly, and hopefully, hopefully this inspires you guys to go out and do something yourself. At an early age, that's dope. That's dope. Oh man, I ate too fast trying to get to this live. But let me get to this. Let me get to this. All right, yeah. All right. Let me get to this part so I can see if I can get to the right part for you guys again. Because I had them set for the right part, but I think this was yeah, it was right here. I'm gonna play them backwards from the other ways. I think it was 432. Yeah.
Or are you going to go bust? You're
really hard time seeing that. They say, no, the money's over here and my purpose is over here and
Well,
never shall. That's why I love talking to you, Robert, because you're the only person I think I've ever had in the studio that makes the connection between wealth and that sense of purpose and spirituality and connects it. And most people have a really hard time seeing that. They say, no, the money's over here and my purpose is over here and never shall the two meet. But in a time like this, where most people are scared, Robert, most people are feeling pain, they're watching their money go out the window, some are going to be able to realize and say, wow, this is the greatest moment of my life where I'm going to be forced to transform and I can completely look at money in a different way, wealth in a different way, my purpose, start doing what God wants me to do. And I want to go into that more later. Or they can batten down the hatches and get the last piece of toilet paper and hold on and keep doing the same behavior. It's their choice, right?
Amen. I'm not religious, but what you just said was gospel. The choice is between your head, your heart, your body, your mind, your spirit. That's where the choice, the metamorphosis, the evolution or the transformation from an immature form. Mommy and daddy are going to take care of me. Mommy and daddy are going to pay for my education. The government's going to give me Social Security. I have a 401k. My employer's an asshole. You're going to evolve from that into an adult. That's metamorphosis.
I'm gonna play this last part right here, and I'm gonna end it right because I just want the people that just came in and whatnot. I want you guys to get a gist of what the people missed in the beginning.
And then the question is, what does God want done? And for me, I'm not saying it to everybody else, what does God want done is we need financial education, because the real problem of this crisis started back in 1904 when the richest guys on earth took over the education system in the United States. They formed a thing called the General Education Board. It was formed by guys like Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan. And what they pulled out of education was financial education. And so the reason they could rip us off, as you and I know, is via the mechanism of money. And that's why I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It was a warning shot across the bow back in 1997. I said, wake up, something's coming down the road. So we're here right now. This is the biggest transformation in the history of the world. It's from industrial age to information age.
Yeah, man. That's basically what I wanted to tell you guys, man. It's your boy FRE$H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Check out the channel. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.